It's your captain speaking, ready to report on the ARK news, because as you guys know, Studio Wildcard, in their famous fashion, have delayed Genesis Ascended Part 1, and I have got the official launch news for you guys in today's video for anyone that's been sitting there refreshing the page constantly. And yes, this eye patch is about to be taken off because it is actually... Ow! Ow, okay, see, this is what I mean, it's not even just painful, it's just, but anyway, guys, hello, yeah, unfortunately, it was very annoying, I kind of always expect it, I know a lot of you guys do too, it felt like Jeremy said Jeremy, the co-founder, posted, and I thought, okay, you know, this is looking likely that it's going to be in the next couple of hours, and no, I decided to go to bed, because I saw the news that it was going to be coming out later on. But anyway, guys, if you do enjoy today's video, feel free to drop a like and subscribe. It really supports me. And of course, if you want to come and join us over in the LoadedCrysis cluster for the day one launch for Genesis Ascended, the link to our Discord is down below. Things were going absolutely crazy last night when we were all waiting for the launch. And now today, hopefully, should be the day. We're also preparing to post today, as soon as the DLC goes live, well, just before the DLC goes live, actually, our ARK Tides of Fortune giveaways as well. So if you want to get involved with that, the link to Discord is down below, and we've got a whole cluster full of every single map and some modded maps too. Link in the description down below to our Discord. And as I mentioned to you guys, if you want to grab yourself your very own ARK Genesis Ascended Part 1 server, you can click my NITRADO link in the description down below, and it obviously supports me, and you guys get yourself a ARK Survival Ascended server. As you can see, you can now get the 26 slot maps, which supports all of the maps, even Astraeus and Lost Colony, which, as you know, if you've played those maps before, those maps are the most demanding maps in the game, and to be honest, with Genesis launching, I can imagine that one being even more demanding. So this is the slot that you'll most likely want. The link to my NITRADO link is down below, and grab yourself a server today. Okay, here it is, guys, Studio Wildcard. This was posted at 6 AM, and I have to admit to you guys, I was asleep by this point. I was like saying I'm going to keep taking some naps. I kept setting hour alarms to see what was going on, and then I woke up a little bit just after this with a launch update saying we're adjusting today's release timing for ARK Genesis Ascended Part 1 and Tides of Fortune. During our final pre-launch checks, we caught an issue that required a quick fix to ensure a smooth experience. The updated build has already been submitted to console platforms. Of course, it's always console platforms, and is currently moving through certification. Now, the only reason why it's normally console platforms is Sony and Microsoft take so much longer with the whole submitting process compared to Steam, which must clear before we can get the launch across all platforms. The target release window is currently 9 AM Pacific, which if you are in Europe, it is 5 PM. Can you believe they're targeting a normal time if you're in Europe? This is something that, do you know what, they keep doing it where we think it's going to launch in the late hours, the early hours of the morning, I was going to say, and then it ends up getting pushed all the way through to the next day. Please note that time may shift depending on how quickly final approvals come through, and we'll keep you updated on any changes. So there's always a chance it could come earlier, there's always a chance that it could come later, but at the moment, this is their ETA of 9 AM Pacific for the DLC. We know everyone is incredibly eager to jump into Genesis and hit the waves with Tides of Fortune and see what else it has in store. Thank you so much for your patience while we cross the finish line. So yeah, I mean, if you've been playing ARK for a long time, or even if you're a returning ASE player, which I know there's lots of you out there, you will know that this is classic fashion Wildcard. That side of things has never changed. What I will say is, yes, it has improved because if you were an ARK Survival Evolved player, you will know the DLCs used to get delayed by months. Like, that's how bad it used to be. Like, they would generally, like, say a DLC's coming out in July and then it would come out in October. It was just, they would used to have crazy delays like that. Whereas now, they tend to have, no more than just over a week or something like that. Or they push it to the next day. So they are better in a sense of that. But yes, if you are an ARK player returning to the game or someone new, then this isn't... It's still the same. There's still those delays. If ever you book date, I know there's so many of you guys that book Thursday off. I hope you've had Friday off too, because unfortunately that wouldn't have gone down very well. Okay, we're going to have a quick dive into ARK Dragontopia of what's actually coming today. A lot of you guys said it's a pre-order thing, and it is, but if I'm sure from what I read, yes, it was very early in the morning, there's going to be stuff available with Genesis. Well, I don't know where they're going to spawn. I don't know what maps they're going to be on. You know when Lost Colony gave us the Osidon early, and they gave us the, yeah, it's like the Lost Colony expansion pass. It looks like that's what they're doing with this, and I'm wondering if they're selling this early so they can fund more of the DLCs and upcoming content on the build up to the end of the year. Not too sure. I think that's maybe the business model of what they were doing last year. So, tame the legends of the sky, tame the legends and rule the skies. Awaken in a cloud-bound paradise where the earth has fractured into a world of floating islands and myths take flight. High above these magical battlegrounds, survivors must learn a new rhythm of survival alongside the true rulers of the sky, the dragons. Guided by the echoes of lost order of dragon riders, enter a land where legends breathe anew as a fierce new threat claims the horizon. It is up to you to restore balance. Between the sun and moon, the sky teem with draconic legends waiting to be discovered, encounter titanic behemoths that devour resources and enemies alike, and an elegant wind-dancing steeds that gallop across the clouds, from deadly four-winged assassins to multi-headed beasts of dual-breathed chaos and loyal shoulder drakes that will guard you on your journey. Every dragon in this realm demands its own path to taming, but the skies are actively contested and you are the realm's last hope to break the vanguard of the ruthless airborne invader. So available now. So this is looks like what we're going to be getting with this DLC, right? Eclipser Umbra, the legendary obsidian terror born to claim the night sky. Strike with terrifying, unpredictable speed and rain precision plasma from the cover of darkness, or slip through the void itself to ambush unsuspecting prey. Build fury in the heat of combat to awaken his ultimate form of raw energy that shatters enemy defenses and renders him near untouchable terror of the skies. And we're getting a dragon skill tree which unlocks a progression path that lets you forge a deeper bond with your dragons, push the limits of their gravity-defying acrobatics, amplify their shadow-forged plasma attacks, or tailor their defensive auras as you shape the ultimate apex predator. The Drake Claw Grappler. Wield this essential new tool for high altitude traversal and mid-air dragon mounting. So it sounds like you're going to be able to use this. Imagine, we're going to see so many people that are going to forget they've got it not got it equipped and try to jump mid-air and then just fall. Draconic Armor obviously is the cosmetic set, and look every inch the legendary Dragon Rider. So then there's going to be a bunch of stuff released over time, but they're saying legendary Obsidian Dragon. Are we getting this one today? He doesn't look like a terror. He looks like a friendly How to Train Your Dragon. A lot of people are still saying, do we think this is a How to Train Your Dragon DLC? I think it is. And the reason I think it is one, they look incredibly similar to the ones from the film. The logo is also exactly the same, like, as the How to Train Your Dragon, and also, like, what Jeremy literally said last year, I think, that in 2026 there is going to be a major collab that is going to really kind of work well with ARK players. So we don't know what this, we weren't told what this collab was. There's no other collabs that have popped up. So for me, I think they will announce that there is going to be a How to Train Your Dragon DLC. Like, I think this is what it's going to be, but we'll see. And then, of course, Tides of Fortune launches today, and the price of it is $15.99. Now, I know a lot of people today have been kind of complaining a bit about the pricing because, you know, obviously, I think $15.99 is pretty good for Tides of Fortune. I know they've separated both of the Genesis maps instead of making it one whole DLC as a price. And Dragontopia, I guess, it all looks very expensive when you haven't actually kind of got anything yet, but I think we have to wait. I personally think this is good for the pirate content. We're pretty much paying for like a remastered version of Atlas, and then obviously Dragontopia is completely up to you guys. I mean, I'm going to be grabbing it because of course I do content and stuff like that, and I want to cover it and basically show you guys whether it's worth it, and then we can make our mind up closer to the time whether that's going to be worth it. But obviously, This is going to be the DLC, which is going to be Carl Urban. The parrot, it was confirmed that the parrot is a real creature, and it looks like you have to have the DLC to get the parrot, which, as expected, you can track valuable treasure sources like cave crates, alpha creatures, and enemy ships, completing missions together to earn bonding feathers, a resource which substitutes any imprint or passive tame requirement, which is very cool. We got the new hand cannon being added in, which has new unique grape shot ammo to deal massive knockback and launch borders into the drink. And afterwards, you can grab your trusty shovel to obviously dig for treasure. There is pirate structures coming, build land-based aquatic compartments to safely breed ocean tames, keep your booty organized using the cargo ledger to link and track nearby storage, and then rake in hexagons by taking on contracts at the bounty board or peddling your plunder at the player-driven market, which also acts as an offshore hex exchange. Finally, show off your rarest, deepest sea catches in a fully customizable fish tank centerpiece. That sounds awesome. And then obviously we got NPC ships, we've got new pirate cosmetics and decor for your bases. You know, of course, it's the Spanish pirate outfit with peg legs, captain outfits. You got scurvy, fancy, or captain outfits available. So yeah, really, really awesome. And obviously Tide Pup, we've got cinematics that are going to be a part of this. We have the new skill tree as well. There's 2 skill trees. Wait, is it 3 skill trees or 2? So that we have the dragon skill tree coming with Dragontopia, and then I think we've got the pirate ship skill tree, which is something that yes, here it is, 3 distinct ship skill trees: piracy, merchant, and luxury. So I guess if you're going to go down the road of being a pirate, a merchant, or a luxury ship, then you can make that choice within the DLC coming later today. And then of course here's Genesis Ascended Part 1, which is completely free. You won't have to pay for that DLC. Everything is pretty much like they're saying that they did say they built it from the ground up, in terms of it won't just feel like a ported version, but in terms of what is completely new with Ascended that you're not used to is dive into a massive map-wide ocean biome built on a completely overhauled water physics system. Prepare for a true maritime experience with dynamic waves and realistic buoyancy as you navigate the high seas. Discover islands and hidden fortresses that set the stage for chaotic, wide-scale ocean warfare, whether you are leading a pod of deep-sea beasts, braving dynamic new weather systems, or on a makeshift raft, or clashing with enemy armadas. The water is yours to conquer. So yes, guys, at 9 AM Pacific, or 5 PM if you're in Europe, is the target release window for the launch of Genesis Ascended today. Hopefully, no more delays. Hopefully, we'll be able to finally jump in, and I really hope we can, so we can all be together having a lot of fun. Thank you very much for watching. As I mentioned, if you want to grab yourself a server today, you can click my NITRADO link in the description down below, or if you want to come and play completely free over in the LoadedCrysis cluster, the link to our Discord is down below. Get involved in the giveaways, get involved in everything, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Thank you for watching.